starts now.
Good evening, everyone. President Trump says the campaign against Iran could last several more weeks. Trump spoke about the weekend attack on that country during an event at the White House this morning and says the U.S. is ahead of time projections, but says the mission will continue for however long it takes.
Right from the beginning, we projected 4 to 5 weeks, but we have capability to go far longer than that. We'll do it. Whatever somebody said today, they said, oh, well, if the president wants to do it really quickly. After that, he'll get bored. I don't get bored. There's nothing boring about this.
Trump says the goal is to destroy Iran's missile capabilities, wipe out its navy, and prevent the country from getting a nuclear weapon. The U.S. and Israel launched the joint attack on Iran over the weekend. At least 6 U.S. service members have been killed so far. Also about the conflict, the president told the New York Times he would not rule out putting boots on the ground in Iran. According to the White House, the strikes on that country have killed 49 senior regime leaders, and the conflict could lead to higher gas prices in the U.S., with one analyst predicting some gas stations may charge 30 cents more per gallon by the end of the week. In the Heartland, local veterans say they are thinking about today's service members amid this conflict. Madison Orchard reports.
Sure, it's a scary time for them. I mean, you know, anytime you're going to go into a dangerous area, or your brothers and sisters are going into that dangerous area, I mean, we think about all of them.
James Collier is the quartermaster for VFW Post 3838. He's also a United States Navy veteran.
I joined the Navy Reserves in January of 2001. September 11th happened, and I was activated. And I was sent to Bahrain in January of 2002 through August of 2002.
Amid the ongoing conflict between U.S. and Iran, he says he's reflecting on his own service all those years ago.
I was out at sea. I remember when the USS Cole got bombed at Yemen, and I mean, I was angry, and you know, let's get over there, and you know. But it's a frightening experience.
So I came in the actual military in '82 and got out in 2004.
George Kunkel is the post commander at the Cape Girardeau VFW. He served in the Middle East during his time in the military and tells me he knows a lot of people who lived in Iran.
They enjoyed their time there, but that was prior to the Ayatollah Khomeini coming in and the ruling dictatorship that they set up there. It's unfortunate we've gotten to this point today, but I think everything's come to a head.
Both Collier and Kunkel say they're thinking of all the active service members and their families during this time.
I'm just happy that we have younger people than us that have come on board and are carrying on the mantle and the mission to serve, to defend our country.
God bless our troops.
In Cape Girardeau, Madison Orchard, Heartland News.